क्या किया था हमने कल? बड़ा सारा कुछ किया था. We did all the minerals, we did all the ores. कौन कौन से टाइप के मिनरल्स हमारे पास है, जैसे कि have ऑक्साइड्स के मिनरल्स हमने करे थे, सल्फाइड्स करे थे, कार्बोनेट्स करे थे. So we have a lot of minerals from which metals can be extracted. ठीक है. अब minerals तो हमें मिल गए. We get the minerals under the earth's crust. Right? After that we have to go through a lot of processes, a lot of steps to get the pure metal extracted from it. Okay? So क्या वो steps है? How are we going to study those steps? That all is going to come under metallurgy. So metallurgy is what? It is extraction of metals from their respective ores. Right? That is what metallurgy is. It is the whole process in which we are going to extract the metals from their ores. That is going to be metallurgy. अब metallurgy के लिए processes या steps कौन-कौन से involved है? The first step that is known as the concentration or dressing of the ore. It is known as concentration or dressing of the ore. The second is isolation of the metal. The second is isolation of the metal in crude state. Crude is the impure state. Crude state from concentrated ores. From concentrated ores. ठीक है? And the last method is when we have once got the crude ore, which is the impure ore, then the last method is purification of the metal. So these three processes, they are the main processes of metallurgy. In this case, now when we are going to do each of them, चाहे हम concentration कर रहे हैं, चाहे हम isolation कर रहे हैं, तो इन दोनों में specifically we are saying that these two processes are going to depend upon the type of ores we had. Yesterday we had done कि we have halide ores, then we had sulfide ores, we had oxide ores. तो उन तीनों के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि किस तरह से हम लोग कॉन्सेंट्रेट करेंगे, किस तरह से हम आइसोलेशन करेंगे और फिर जो मेटल हमारे पास आया उसकी हम प्यूरिफिकेशन करेंगे. ठीक है. सो लेट्स गो ऑन टू द फर्स्ट मेथड नाउ, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन और ड्रेसिंग ऑफ द ओर. नाउ व्हेन वी आर डूइंग द concentration or dressing of the ore, we say that when the crude ore that is taken out from the earth's crust, it contains many impurities. These impurities may be of sand, soil, it may be of you can say silica, और इन सबको हम लोग क्या बुलाते हैं, जो impurities present हैं, they are known as gangue. So the crude ore contains impurities of sand, soil or silica, and these impurities, they are said to be gangue or matrix. अब हमारा फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या होगा कि we need to remove these impurities, that is the gangue, from the crude ore so that we get more concentration of the ore from which the metal has to be extracted. That is why we are using the word concentration over here. ठीक है. Now removal of these impurities, that is known as what? As I have just told you, it may be known as removal of these impurities. That is known as concentration of the ore. It may also be known as dressing of the ore, or it may also be known as beneficiation. So all these three terms, they mean the same. beneficiation of the ore, dressing of the ore or concentration of the ore, it all needs to remove the impurities from the crude ore. ठीक है? So there are various methods which are going to be applied. The first method, that is known as gravity separation method. That is known as gravity separation method. Depending upon what is the kind of crude ore and impurities we have, according to that different methods they are going to be assigned over here. Now gravity separation, it depends upon the principle that one of the components, whether it is the ore or the impurities, they are lighter in weight. Okay? So either of the components, the principle which we are using over here is either of the component is lighter. ठीक है? The process which we are using over here is same as we used to separate husk from rice, isn't it? या wheat से जब हम लोग husk separate करते हैं तो उसके लिए if you have ever seen, it's a special kind of a chhanni which we have, right? So उसके अंदर we put it and then this is how we are going to move it, because the husk particles, they are lighter, they just wash away with the air. ठीक है? Now over here, instead of air, we are going to use a stream of water. So the apparatus which we are using, that is the Wilfley table. Wilfley table is a kind of a slanting table which has grooves like this, right? Now from here what we are going to do, we are going to drop the ore through this funnel, and from here we are going to through a stream of water, right? Now जब हम लोग ऐसे करेंगे तो it is, let's say that the gangue particles, they are lighter than the ore. So because the gangue particles, they are ore, you can see that there are constrictions over here. As a result of which, what is going to happen, that all the ore that is going to settle along these constrictions. So the ore that gets settled over here, right? And over here a beaker is kept in which the gangue plus water that can be poured. Okay, now this can be done, and this is all the concentrated ore which we have. Now repetitions of this process is done again and again till the entire ore that is concentrated. So this is the first method which we are using over here, which is known as Wilfley table. In addition to this, there is another method which is not mentioned in your book, but still it is known as hydraulic separator. Hydraulic separator. Over here also the same kind of procedure is used. Hydraulic separator या hydraulic classifier, दोनों में से कुछ भी बुला सकते हैं. But there we are going to apply a lot of pressure. Hydraulic means pressure. So we are applying pressure from outside such that the process that quickens, speed up करने के लिए हम लोग hydraulic separator या hydraulic classifier को use करते हैं. Clear? So this is the first method. Now generally we say that ores of oxides and carbonates, they are concentrated by this method. For example, we have cassiterite, SnO2, okay, and hematite, which is an ore of iron, and hematite, they are concentrated by this method. Cassiterite and hematite. ठीक है? Then the second method which we have, that is the electromagnetic separator. Yeah, electromagnetic belt. Right? The principle which we are going to use over here is that either of the component is magnetic in nature. another of the component that should be magnetic in nature, that is that it should be attracted by the magnet. So in this case we take a conveyor belt. This conveyor belt, it is circulated around two pulleys kind of a thing, right? Now in this case one of the pulley over here, it has magnetic, or you can say magnets in the form of a tire. Okay, now from here what we are going to do is we are going to put the ore from this side, right, and electrically we are going to move this belt. Now when we are moving this belt, what is going to happen? The ore is going to move in this belt, right? Now if the ore that is magnetic in nature, that ore will be attracted by this magnet, and as a result of which it will keep going with the belt and starts forming a heap of the ore on this side, right? Whereas the gangue or the matrix, which does not have magnetic properties, it is not attracted by the magnet, it is going to go till here and slantingly it will fall on this side. So this is how you can separate the concentrated ore, and this is what the gangue is, right? So this is how you can concentrate the ore over here. Now in this case we say that ferromagnetic ores, they are separated by this method. Ferromagnetic ores, जैसे for example wolframite. For example, we are saying wolframite. Wolframite is an ore containing iron, manganese and tungsten. Okay? It is an oxide of all these three. Now if in the crude ore we say that we have wolframite and SnO2, cassiterite, both present. So you can separate cassiterite from this. Cassiterite in this case is going to fall in place of the gangue, and the wolframite that is going to fall in place of the ore. Okay? Then the third method which we are going to use, that is known as froth flotation method. Froth flotation method, it is mostly used for sulfide ores, right? To separate the sulfide ores. Now what we are doing in this method is, we are taking an elongated trough like this. Okay, now in this we are going to take a mixture of water and oil. Generally if you are doing sulfide ores, we take pine oil, right? So we are taking pine oil in this. From here, high speed air that is blown inside, as a result of which we have already put the crude, we mixed the crude ore inside this. Okay, we've already mixed the crude ore. Now as soon as air is going to flow inside this trough, there is going to be a lot of agitation, and as a result there is going to be froth which is developed. Okay? Now it is said that the ore particles, they are lighter. So because the ore particles are lighter, they are going to be concentrated at the froth which comes on the top, right? So here we are going to get what we are getting over here, we are getting the ore in the froth. Okay? And the gangue particles being heavier, they start settling down. The principle which we are using over here, it is that different substances have different wettabilities. Different wettabilities means that they have different tendency to get wet by certain substances. Okay, now in this case we are going to use many words, like for example the first word which we use during this process, that is the frothing agent. Frothing agent is the agent which is going to help in making the froth, and that frothing agent is generally oil. Okay? The oil is immiscible in water and it is lighter, so as soon as air is passed through it, the agitation between the interface of water and oil, that is going to help in making the froth. Okay? Second, we have collecting agent. Collecting agent is going to help in getting together all the ore particles and concentrating them on the froth. Okay? So in addition to water and oil, we are also going to put collecting agent in this. The collecting agent which is generally used, that is sodium ethyl xanthate. Sodium ethyl xanthate. Right? Then after that, cresol, and we are also using over here two stabilizers, which are cresol and aniline. Right? Cresol and aniline. Now when a vigorous stream of air is passed, as I just told you, that we have the froth which contains the ore and all the gangue particles, they are going to get down. Is froth, though, it has to be separated from this. Froth is concentrated with the ore. Now the ore has to be separated from the froth, right? For that we are going to use depressing agents, or they are known as depressants. Depressing agents or depressants. So the depressant which is generally used, that is sodium cyanide. Okay? The depressant which is generally used, that is going to be sodium cyanide. Now let's say that we have, in case the ore has two metals which are present in it, one which is PBS and the other one which is ZNS. Now what is going to happen? Both are sulfide ores, as you can see. As a stream of air is passed through this mixture over here, both being sulfide ores, they will be concentrated at the froth, right? Now we are separating the froth from the rest of the liquid over here. So once we have separated the froth, the next step is to remove one of the impurities from here, because obviously if you want lead to be concentrated, then in that case ZNS is going to be an impurity, or vice versa. If ZNS you want to extract zinc, then PBS is going to be the impurity, right? So here is where the depressants, they are going to help us to separate both, right? The choice of the depressant is going to help us to separate PBS with ZNS. So if you are using sodium cyanide as the depressant, it is going to separate PBS from the froth and ZNS will remain back in the froth. Okay? So you can extract lead. Every mixture has a different kind of depressant which can be used, suitable to the ore which has to be separated. Okay? Clear ho gaya? Then this is the froth flotation method. The next method is leaching. The next method which we are going to do is leaching. Leaching is the only chemical method which is used for concentration of the ores. It is a chemical method, right? Now in this case, what we are going to do, leaching or chemical method में, this is generally applied for metals like silver and gold. Okay, now in this method, the powdered ore which we have in the beginning, initially what happens is कि when you have taken out the ore from the earth's crust, that is generally found in the form of stones, right? So obviously you cannot concentrate the ore from stones, so therefore those stones, they are first crushed into pebbles, and this method of crushing them, that is known as crushing or grinding. So this is a method which is applied before concentration of the ore. Crushing and grinding, these are done in pestle or mortar, or they are done in mills, or they are done in ball mills, right? So it is kind of a big containers in which there are electric balls which are used. It's just like जैसे चटनी पीसते हैं ना, on that पत्थर. So you have one पत्थर और उसके ऊपर you are grinding the chutney. It's the same thing but a bigger apparatus, right? So once we have crushed or grinded the ores, after that what is going to happen? We get small pebbles. Then that small pebbles are further have to be converted into powdered form. And this method of converting the pebbles into powder form, this is known as pulverization. It is known as pulverization. So we have two topics which we missed in the beginning. Before concentrating the ore, we have to first crush the ore or grind the ore, and then we need to pulverize it and convert it into powder form, and then go on with the process of concentration of the ore. Okay? So in leaching, what we are doing is that the powdered ore which we have, that is treated with certain reagents, right? So the reagents used are such. We are treating it with certain reagents. The reagents used are such in which the ore is soluble. The ore is going to be soluble, but the impurities are insoluble. Or can you? Impurities, they are going to be insoluble. ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद this, as I just told you, this method is only used to extract the noble metals like silver and gold. Then another example which we can take over here is bauxite. Okay? Now when we take out bauxite from the earth's crust, it has many impurities of silica, Fe2O3 and titanium dioxide. Okay, now in order to remove these impurities, what we do is that we digest. Digest means mixing. We mix this alumina with sodium hydroxide. ठीक है? So sodium hydroxide को इसके साथ mix करते हैं and we heat it at a temperature of 473 Kelvin. Right? When this is done, then alumina that is going to dissolve in the alkali, whereas these all three, they are going to be insoluble. So these are left behind as residue. Okay? Then the next step which we have now is, after doing this, as I just said that alumina is going to be soluble and this is left as it is, as a residue, we can filter. Right? Now when we are going to filter it, what is going to happen? The alumina which we have, that will come in the filtrate, है ना? Alumina comes in the filtrate, whereas rest of them, they will be deposited at the filter paper as residue. Now this alumina, that is, as we have just discussed, that it is going to be digested with sodium hydroxide. It is going to give us a chemical substance which is sodium aluminate. Okay? So what is going to be the reaction over here? This is alumina plus sodium hydroxide plus in presence of water, we are going to get this, right? This is known as sodium aluminate. Okay, now this sodium aluminate, because we have increased the temperature to 473 Kelvin, so obviously it is going to be a hot mixture. Now this sodium aluminate has to be first cooled. Okay, so we cool it and its pH has to be maintained. In order to maintain the pH of this, we pass carbon dioxide gas through this, right? So sodium aluminate which we have, that is going to be hot, so we are going to cool it, and to maintain the pH we are going to neutralize it with carbon dioxide. Once it is neutralized, what we do is basically with carbon dioxide it is agitated many times. So once it is agitated, the pure or concentrated alumina that is going to be precipitated. Okay? So this is what we are using while we are doing the separation of alumina from its gangue. But if in case we are taking leaching, we are taking the process for leaching of gold and silver. Let's see how that has to be taken over here. Next is leaching of silver and gold. ये जो leaching of silver and gold है, this is you can say a process in which similar reactions will be used for both silver and gold. Both same reactions are going to be used. Okay, so what are we doing over here? In this case, we are taking the let's do the extraction of silver first. We are taking the native ore of silver. The native ore is silver, that is going to be, कौन सी थी हमने कल करी थी, argentite. Which is sulfur sulfide. Right? Now the process over here that is known as MacArthur, after the name of the scientist, it is known as MacArthur Forest cyanide process. MacArthur Forest cyanide process. So what are we doing over here is, we are taking silver, we are reacting it with sodium cyanide, okay, in presence of air and water, okay, such that we get a coordinate complex over here, which is sodium dicyanoargentate, ठीक है, sodium dicyanoargentate, and with this sodium hydroxide will be given. Now this which we are getting, sodium argentate over here, or sodium dicyanoargentate, now that has to be, we are further what have we done over here? हमने Ag को react कराया with NaCl, but we have to concentrate the Ag2S ore over here. So we take the ore Ag2S which we have, and we react it with sodium cyanide. We are going to get the same compound over here. Okay, so we've got the same compound over here. Now this compound which we have got, that now has to be treated with some active metal, a more active metal with this. So we have, suppose we are treating this with zinc. ठीक है, जिंक के साथ अगर हम इसको ट्रीट कर रहे हैं, तो जिंक that is going to displace mercury from here because zinc is more reactive. So as a result, we will get plus silver. So this is how silver it can be got from argentite. In a similar manner, gold can also be extracted. So if we have, instead of silver over here, we have gold. Then this is going to give us plus 2A. Okay? So gold can also be received. So this is the first step we have done, the second step in fact. In the first step we did the grinding and crushing of the ore, and in the second step we did the concentration of the ore. Now we have the ore which does not have much of impurities. Now even if there are certain impurities which are left inside them, they are going to be volatile impurities. Impurities which can be converted into gases, and these impurities they generally evolve out in the form of sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide or water vapor. Okay? The third step which we are going to do now is extraction or isolation of crude metals. Isolation or extraction of crude metals, right? So we've received the concentrated ore with us. In this case, now we are going to extract the metal from the ore. Okay, so the processes which we are generally going to use is reduction, right? Then generally और reduction भी हम किसकी करेंगे? Oxides of metals which can be easily reduced. The processes which is going to be applied over here, or the steps which we are going to use is, the first step is conversion of ore into metallic oxide. Right? Now the ores of metals which are in the form of hydroxides or hydrated oxides, all those have to be converted into oxides. For that, the following processes which we are going to use. The first one is calcination. Right? So calcination क्या होता है? The hydrite ores, in this case we are going to convert the hydrated oxides, जैसे hydrated oxides as in the case of alumina. This is hydrated oxide. Then we are going to separate or convert hydroxides. We are going to convert carbonates, right? So these are the compounds which will be converted into their respective oxides. Now in this case what we are going to do is we are going to heat the concentrated ore in absence of air. But this heating should be such, the temperature should be maintained such that it is below its fusion temperature. Okay? It is heated in absence of air. No oxygen is required over here. But it should be heated in such a manner that it is heated below its fusion temperature. Okay? Now this process is generally performed in a special kind of furnace which is known as reverberatory furnace. It is known as reverberatory furnace. Now during calcination what is going to happen? Number one, moisture may be removed from the concentrated ore. Okay, like if for example if you are taking alumina, and we are heating it, so moisture will be removed. We will have Al2O3 plus 2H2O. Okay, so this is volatile. It will evaporate in the form of vapors. So we have only aluminum oxide which is going to be left behind. ठीक है? In a similar manner, Fe2O3 that can be also separated from moisture. Then number 2, if there are carbonates present, so in the second, carbon dioxide will be removed. Like if we have calcium carbonate or limestone and we are heating it, it is being converted into its respective oxide and carbon dioxide that will be removed. ठीक है? In a similar manner, if we have dolomite, dolomite is a mixture of or a double salt of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. We are heating this, we are going to get the oxides of both the metals. ठीक है? And in a similar manner, we can also remove it from malachite. Malachite is right. Now, when we are heating this, both carbon dioxide and water, they are going to be removed. Right? So this is the first method in which we are going to convert a particular hydrated ore or a carbonate ore into its respective oxide. The second method which we use, that is roasting. Roasting. क्या है roasting? It is a process in which the ore is going to be heated in presence of air. Like in calcination, we were doing it in absence of air. Here it is, the ore is heated in presence of air. ठीक है? So in this case, the temperature is going to be kept below its melting point. Very, very important. Right? So when we are heating, the temperature should be such that it should be below the melting point of the metal. Now again in this case, what are going to be the consequences? Number 1, moisture will be removed. Okay? And number 2, organic matter whichever is present as an impurity, that is also burned. That is also removed in the form of carbon dioxide. ठीक है? फिर non-metallic impurities. The non-metallic impurities such as sulfur may be present, phosphorus may be present, arsenic may be present. All these, because they are volatile in nature, they all also will be removed. Right? So what are we doing in roasting is, we are heating the ore in presence of air, as a result of which moisture is removed, then all the volatile impurities will be removed. Non-metallic volatile impurities will also be removed. So if sulfur is removed, sulfur will be removed in the form of sulfur dioxide. If phosphorus is removed, it is removed in the form of phosphorus oxide. And the third one, if arsenic is removed, that is also removed in the form of arsenic oxide. Okay? Now in this case, when we are doing roasting, this is generally done for sulfide ores. Roasting is generally done for sulfide ores. ठीक है? So sulfide ores, जैसे for example we have ZnS. We are heating this in presence of air. Sulfur is going to be removed in the form of sulfur dioxide. ठीक है? Similarly, if we are taking galena, again sulfur is going to be removed in the form of sulfur dioxide. ठीक है? So generally this method is applied for sulfide ores. Clear हो गया? So these are the methods now which we have used in The first and the second in both the cases are aim was same, so as to remove all the volatile impurities in the form of non-metals and to remove carbon, ठीक है, carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, and both the cases to remove water, ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद जो हमारे पास आता है the second method which we are going to use. The first method is that we have converted the ore into metallic oxides. The second method which we are going to use is reduction of metallic oxide to free metal. The second method is reduction of metallic oxides into free metals, ठीक है. So इसके लिए भी we are going to use different processes. The first process that is known as smelting, right? What is smelting? It involves the reaction of the oxide ore with carbon, coke, ठीक है, with carbon or carbon monoxide. So this is how we are going to reduce. Now this involves reduction at very high temperature. So for this, the oxide ore which we have, this should be present in the molten form. Okay? Just for example, we had made PBO in the previous step. कैल्सिनेशन और रोस्टिंग से हमने PBO बनाया था, ठीक है. Now इसको we are reacting it with coke. So what are we going to get? Pb plus CO. So lead oxide, it is being reduced over here. Similarly, if we have tungsten oxide, we can get this. Now the CO which is produced over here, that can also be used as a reducing agent. So if you have Cu2O, उसको अगर हम CO के साथ react करेंगे, we will get 2Cu plus carbon dioxide. Right? Now this probably what we are doing over here is that we are simply smelting it. Smelting means we are reducing the oxides into their respective metals. अगर हम लोग इसी में कोई एक reducing agent भी use करें in addition to this reaction, then the method that is known as pyrometallurgy. Pyrometallurgy means that we are using a reducing agent in order to reduce this reaction, ठीक है. So generally हम लोग smelting किसको बुलाते हैं कि अगर हम less electropositive elements को combine करते हैं कार्बन के साथ, that is where we use the word smelting. So less electropositive, they are going to be all these, because if we are taking oxides of sodium or we are taking oxides of zinc, all those they are going to be more electropositive.